Hey boys, welcome to Rugby Challenge 4. It is finally released. Well, it's released in early access like they said. It was a little bit worrying or concerning because there wasn't any new news about it, but it released today, 28th of the 7th, 2020. And yeah, this is going to be my first ever game of Rugby Challenge 4. Now, a little bit of a side note. Before the match started, I set this to be 5-minute halves, but it definitely wasn't. Like, when I was playing the game, it was over in like literally no time. I was losing my mind at how quickly the halves ended. I was losing it, so I don't know if it just didn't save my changes, because I also had it at normal difficulties. We get the nice haka here at the start of the New Zealand international team. Obviously very, very cool. It was in the last game, and it looks great again here. But yeah, we are playing as Australia v New Zealand. Usually I would crank this up a little bit and play it through, but the video's not that long, so I wanted to just basically give my very first early impressions about the game from this first game. It's obviously too early to sort of make a final call from one very short match, but yeah, that was the first strange bit. I don't know if it was like a sort of a bug in the time, or it just didn't save the changes, because the difficulty I set it to was meant to be pro difficulty. There was, I think it was very easy, normal, pro, or maybe it was hard and then pro, I think, as Bowden Barrett gets injured off the kickoff. Not a good stuff for the New Zealand team here. Not good at all. But yeah, the default camera angle was the side-on camera angle, and I was definitely not going to have any of that, because yeah, I don't know, in rugby league games and rugby union as well, the sideline camera angle, nah, it just, I could see people liking it, but I could not get down with the sideline view. And as you can see, the scrums exactly the same as previous games, and I don't really have an issue with that, because I actually think that the scrum mini game is pretty good. I don't really know how else you would do it. We do win the scrum very easily. Get it onto Marika Korobiti down the sideline, bursts through a one, gets a nice ball to O'Connor with the late offload, and the big fella, I think he got held up, didn't he? It's going to be a TMO decision pending. But that was a nice play. We won the scrum very easily. So this is the other reason. I don't know if it saved the changes for normal, or it put it down to like easy. I'm not too sure. I also didn't really mean to pass it out that wide to Korobiti, but the monster on the wing, look at that offload, dude. That was very nice. And then, so this is the one little strange thing. So they have the TMO here, and originally I was like, oh, they're playing it from like the start. That's actually pretty good. I like that, because I mean, that's how they do it sort of in real life as well. But then it didn't actually look at the put down. So that's one little thing I hope they can work on. And I mean, this is early access, so you know, I'm gonna be talking about a lot of things that I think they could fix or improve, like that right there. Like, they gave us the try as we shanked the kick, because I was expecting it to go quicker. I preemptively tapped it. But yeah, they didn't actually show the put down at all, so bit of a weird decision review. Now, I don't even know if he got it down. It didn't look like he scored, as and I'll say this, during like the normal play here, like the ruck addition, it was frantic. It was absolutely frantic. Obviously, I haven't played a rugby game in a long time, so I was still getting used to like the controls, even though they are exactly the same from previous games, which again, it's good for muscle memory, but probably not the best, as again, they're gonna, dude, the ball, it just pinballs, man. Again, I don't want to talk too much about it, because this is my first game as the white tackle. Oh no, he's going to get sin bin. But this is my first game, so obviously learning the controls. I'm not going to talk too much about like the ruck speed and so much like pinball action, because you know, getting used to it still. I'm not sure how like, you know, much it's my fault or the game's fault. One thing I will say is disappointing. Now we knew the animations were pretty much the exact same, but the tackles are literally identical. I cannot believe it, dude. As we do win the line out here, and it looks like, oh no, we are gonna, no, we're not gonna. I honestly forgot how to heavy bind for a second. Another one. We're gonna have 2 players in the bin, dude. Oh no. Maybe the high tackles are a little bit too frequent. Maybe. They are going to take the shot at penalty goal. And this is where I was like, what the hell? It's half time already? He misses the penalty goal somehow. But yeah, I was like losing. I'm like, was that seriously 5 minutes? Like usually a 5-minute half should be like, you know, 6-7 minutes in real life. I'm like, that was like a couple of minutes. So yeah, I don't know how long the halves were. I don't even know if they go lower than 5 minutes. So that's the weird thing. So yeah, that was a strange one, as we finally get our chance with the ball again, and Corabetti just absolutely dominant. O'Connor puts in the kick. It's a good kick too. I don't know what their fullback's doing. We put the little grubber through Hooper. Tamua is gonna score a freakishly good try, which was marred by the fact that the Kiwi fullback was just in Disneyland. He didn't want anything to do with it, but this was sensational. Corabetti, the flick out the back. O'Connor putting in the, who was it, Connor, I think? Hooper then puts in the little grubber off the boot, and then Tamua, just the diving presence there. I mean, honestly, it went so quickly, I didn't really get too much chance with the footy, but during that time, like it felt pretty good. Like, very early impressions, like I keep saying, but it felt smooth. Like, I don't know, the offloads felt pretty good. The passing felt more precise, I would say, even though it still works the same. Like, you can't directly, like, it's not like rugby league, you can't go L1 and circle to pass it directly to a player. You just hold it down, which I don't like that. I wish it was more precise, but overall the movement and the sort of the feel of the play felt pretty good, but again, very early on here. But yeah, I was going to talk about the tackles for a second, because that was the main point I was gonna say, and it's very disappointing that they're the exact same. Like, I was fine with most of the animations being basically the same as long as the game was good, but the tackles, how could they not make any different tackles, dude? I don't understand that. It's very strange. Like, the high tackles are the same. There's only, you press X to do a normal tackle, and then triangle for the aggressive tackle, and they're literally the same. Now, I don't know, maybe more game time and there might be some different animations, but dude, they were the same. So that was a disappointing aspect. So my very early impressions here, as you can see, that the time is just cruising down. I don't know how short this match was, but it was very strange to me. But very early impressions, the AI, and that's the thing, I don't even know what difficulty the AI is on, so I can't really talk too much about that either. Although they're a little bit frantic. They don't kick the ball. Like in Rugby Challenge 3, they kick the ball a lot, but in this, they don't kick it at all in this game, which is a little bit weird. They are very frantic with offloading, which I don't mind. But yeah, early impressions, it feels very much like Rugby Challenge 3 and previous Rugby Challenge games. I do think it feels better, and I think with the longer game and getting things more set and learning the controls better, I think it'll be pretty fun, honestly. But that's going to be my very early impressions, my first game. So again, take everything you see and hear with a grain of salt. I know a lot of people are going to be disappointed with just how similar it is to Rugby Challenge 3. You know, I can't dispute that, but honestly, I've been craving a rugby league game for a long time. A new rugby game is still good, so I'm still excited to play a new rugby game regardless. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like and comment, and there'll definitely be plenty more coming up. I'll see you guys then.